maintenance and improvement of alumni associations in Jamaican secondary schools, to seek governmental recognition of the association by securing adequate representation on national education boards and committees, and through these to establish and protect the rights and interests of alumni associations in Jamaica, and to provide opportunities and facilities for fellowship between JAS and other local, regional, and international alumni associations.
Since its inception, we have had several achievements. These include island-wide care package distribution. Over 3,000 care packages were distributed to 55 schools across the island during 2020 in response to the fallout among students due to COVID-19. This was done in partnership with the Union of Jamaica Alumni Association, UJA, USA, and the Alliance of Jamaica Alumni Association, AJA, Canada, and the Lascaux Chin Foundation. The second achievement was our education standing crisis. JAS, through its member organization, partnered with the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, also the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, in the distribution of printed classroom materials to students unable to access interactive online educational platforms. This initiative of the JCF primarily targeted children in Kingston in 2020 during the period of school closures due to COVID-19 pandemic. Thirdly, Teachers Training Day. A special training session for teachers was implemented on the Google Education Suite component. Over 3,000 participants benefited from the training.
Achievement 4, Education Fair. The JAS Annual Education Fair incorporates professionals from all over the world and benefits secondary school students in grades 9 to 13 across the length and breadth of Jamaica. The inaugural event was staged in 2018 with the full support of the Ministry of Education, and subsequent events were held in 2019 and 2021. Achievement 5, Increased Membership. Collaboration was facilitated among an increasing body of registered members and other adherent associations. Membership now stands at 41 alumni associations across the island's 3 counties.
The aforementioned achievements were possible only through collaboration and teamwork. The students in the various member institutions are always the focus of the efforts of our members. As a body representing our members, an important objective is to seek out ways in which to recognize the hard work being done by individual associations. It is against this background that the Governor General of Jamaica's proclamation for a National Alumni Day is a significant achievement that will bolster the efforts of past students of Jamaican educational institutions worldwide in improving the well-being of students in their alma mater, thus inspiring hope. Reaching back to reach forward. Characteristics of humility, optimism, passion, and excellence are the pillars of the work carried out by numerous Jamaican alumni associations at home and abroad.
Indeed, happy Alumni Day. Thank you very much, Carla Myrie, for that presentation on behalf of JAS. And now we're going to hear from the president of the Alliance of Jamaican Alumni Associations, AJA, which is based in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And the president is Ms. Rona Dunwell.
the Alliance of Jamaican Alumni Association. Formally organized in 1988, AJAA's goal is to provide assistance to Jamaican students in the Canadian education system and to support its over 40 member associations in their efforts to assist their alma maters. Graduates program was established in 1993. And to date, we have awarded over 300 bursaries to qualified high school students pursuing post-secondary education. Emerging Global Leadership Jamaica. Initiated in 2013, the AJAA created this program that focuses on the development of youth leaders in Jamaica. This program is aimed at identifying and training young people who have the potential of becoming instigators of change. Care and share. Over 1,000 families assisted over the years. Families in need, the disabled, our seniors, and our international students are provided with gift boxes or gift certificates to make their holidays a little brighter. Soccer Fest, Toronto's summer highlight since 1985. Schoolboy football competition in Jamaica will live through this inter-alumni tournament that is mixed with family fun and attracts 3,000 soccer fans each year. Support during the pandemic. Support to our alma maters during the pandemic was crucial. Through partnership with Lasco Chin Foundation, members provided care packages for students and their families in Jamaica. Laptops and tablets were provided to students at various alma maters. Annual walkathon. Unable to host the usual fundraising initiatives, the AJAA crafted a virtual walkathon dubbed Walk and Talk. Through this medium, the associations were able to raise much-needed funds for their alma maters. Through their tenacity, members made this initiative a resounding success. AJAA is proud to have donated to the Device for Every Child program.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Aja. So we have seen and we have heard of the work of Jas and Aja. It's time now for us to take note of the tremendous contribution in the field of education of the Union of Jamaican Alumni Associations, USA, Inc., UJA. And their president is Leslie-Ann Samuel, and the program will flow accordingly as we take a look now at UJA's work.
At the urging of Jamaica's Consul General to New York, the Union of Jamaican Alumni Associations, UJA, was constituted to bring together the various alumni organizations operating in the New York tri-state region. Its primary objectives are to coordinate the activities and fundraisers of the member associations and to promote academic excellence at all levels of schools in Jamaica with an emphasis on pre-secondary institutions. the basic, primary, and all age schools. We believe in the concept of a fist versus fingers. As individual fingers, our impact is limited. Joined together as a hand and ultimately as a fist, our impact can indeed be felt. That is our objective.
Our first major project was the construction of a basic school community center hurricane shelter in Cousins Cove, Hanover in 1995. With an investment of 8.5 million Jamaican dollars, Industry Cove Basic School opened in 2002 and was certified by the Early Childhood Commission in December of 2019.
Adopted Operation Restoration Christian School, ORCS, in Trenchtown, Kingston, over 20 years ago. ORCS is an example of community unification through education. The one-of-a-kind school provides teenage students with the education and training needed to attend high school. Over the years, we have provided a variety of products and services. We continue to work with the principal and their board of directors to support and enhance the school.
UJA's water tank program was launched on December 12, 2006 in Kingston, Jamaica. The first tank was installed at the Liberty Hall Center in Kingston, where the Marcus Garvey Museum is housed. Over 250 tanks have been given to basic and infant schools across the island, and the program continues.
The annual High School Graduate Awards program was introduced in 1991 with 6 students. After over 30 years, UJA has donated over 500,000 American to Jamaican students in the form of bursaries, books, and trips to Jamaica.
Since 2010, UJA has supported robotics via First Technology Challenge, First Global Challenge, as well as several other local competitions. UJA is now in the process of expanding our robotics program to include our primary schools.
Since the beginning of the Jamaica diaspora movement about 16 years ago, UJA has played an active role in various diaspora-led initiatives, including the Jamaica Diaspora Education Task Force.
During the coronavirus pandemic, UJA provided laptops, tablets, and care packages to our students and our schools. These projects are expected to continue in times to come. Time, words, and slides do not allow for the length and breadth of the support and commitment of the Union's alumni associations. Collectively, UJA has, with remarkable perseverance, energy, and foresight, not only moved forward to meet the mandates of its charter, but has become an active voice and a major supporter of causes and activities designed to promote the educational and social environment of Jamaicans in the USA and at home. Union of Jamaican Alumni Associations, USA Inc., UJA. Education is empowerment. Only the educated are free.
Thank you very much, UJA. Thank you for your presentation. And so we have now heard from the alumni associations. We have seen the pictures, the footage of the tremendous work they have been doing. And we want to congratulate them and wish them all the very best as we continue our celebration on this Alumni Day, National Alumni Day here in Jamaica. We have a musical item lined up for you, and it comes from a student of one of the oldest boarding schools in Jamaica, which was founded about 163 years ago. back in 1858. And I believe I did see, there is Jennifer Brown wearing her hat. That looks like a Westwood hat. Am I correct? I think I am. Yes, indeed. So we're going to, thank you very much. Because remember, we're supposed to be sporting our colors as well. And I'll give you a prize if you can figure out which colors I'm sporting, but not right now. We need to hear from Chelsea Robinson of Hampton School with her musical item.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love, and this place could be much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry in this place. You'll feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. If you want to know why, there's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful living. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. Fear or dread, we stop existing and start living. Then it feels that always love's enough for us growing to make a better world, to make a better world, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. And the dream we were conceived in will reveal a joyful face, and the world we once believed in will shine again in grace. Then why do we keep struggling when this earth crucify its soul? It's plain to see this world is heavenly, because love heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. See, there are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Oh, there are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me.
Indeed, there are indeed people dying for want of support and benevolence. And COVID-19 has certainly shown up a lot of that. A lot of what was being masked, no pun intended, has now been unmasked. And so we can't say thanks enough to the representatives and the general membership of the alumni associations across the globe. You mean so much to us, and we thank you, thank you, thank you. And thanks to Chelsea Robinson of Hampton School for that musical item. There are a few messages popping up in the chat. Greetings from Alpha Academy Tri-State Chapter and University of Technology, Jamaica, UTEC. Greetings to all. Happy National Alumni Day coming from York Castle. Let's see who else is messaging us. Also, greetings from the Woolmer's Trust and the entire Woolmer's family. Of course, Woolmer's was established on the 21st of May in 1729, making it the oldest educational institution in Jamaica. And happy Alumni Day from Holy Childhood High School Alumni Association, Northeast USA. Greetings from the Mico University College Alumni Association, MOSA. Greetings from Limehall Primary Alumni. Greetings from OFANA. I believe that's the Old Farmers Association of North America. Greetings, everyone. Congratulations, Carla and team. And that message coming from Keith White of Calabar. And yes, those are the colors I'm sporting, the Calabar colors, green and black, but of course representing everybody. And thank you all so much for being a part of the experience, and we'll share some more of your messages as the program progresses. But we want to keep it flowing as we welcome the interim president of the National Parent Teacher Association, NPTAJ. Keep leaving off the J, right? National Parent Teacher Association of Jamaica, NPTAJ, Mrs. Mitzi Harris Dillon.
Thank you. Mr. Durban Malcolm, Master of Ceremonies, Honorable Douglas O'Rain, Special Guest Speaker, Mrs. Carla Mary, President of JAS, Miss Rona Donwell, President of AJA, Miss Leslie Ann Samuel, President of UJA, Dr. Rupert Rod, Coalition of Jamaican Alumni Associations of Florida, Mr. Jamal Hall, President of the NSSC, other presenters and speakers, fellow distinguished guests, good evening. Today is being celebrated as the inaugural National Alumni Day, and it is my privilege to be sharing with you and bringing you greetings on behalf of the National Parent Teacher Association of Jamaica this evening on this occasion. Allow me to introduce to you briefly the National Parent Teacher Association of Jamaica. This year we celebrate our 15th year of involvement and success, having been founded on July 1, 2006, through the efforts of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, and a few concerned parents who saw the need to formalize our existence as a national body, thereby becoming our founders. We are a fully voluntary, functioning association spread across 7 regions and all parishes across Jamaica, and we are the governing body for all PTAs in every school. Our drive, our stamina, and our efforts are motivated by the passion, dedication, and commitment of our volunteers, quite similar to the Jamaica Alumni Association of High Schools and other organizations like ours. Fortunately for us, we celebrate Parents Month in November of each year, so we have a whole calendar month for ourselves to shine even brighter. Most, if not all of us, our parents before us and our children after us, would be familiar with not only the Alumni Association of your respective schools, but also the parent-teacher associations that are also an important stakeholder in education. Both the PTA and alumni associations are voluntary organizations that have been long engaged in the education system, providing much needed support to our schools and our students. We are both invested in the successes of our networks our schools, our parents, our teachers, our students. As parents, at the end of our children's school experiences, we ourselves will feel like alumni as we exit those gates and look back fondly on the memories created. With that true voluntary spirit, we often find creative ways to re-engage and give back. And though alumni associations have been around for many years, it is in recent times that more recognition is being given to the association and its value creation. I can think of many PTAs and alumni associations that have recognized the common ground we share and have partnered on many a project over the years. Those partnerships have borne great fruit, and especially since the COVID-19 pandemic, have given rise to even deeper relationships to help fill the many gaps in the education system that have been exposed by the transition to the online learning space. We as parents too are also being encouraged to ensure that we explain to our children the importance of their alumni association and the benefits of giving back to our alma maters. I certainly, as an Alpha alumna, I certainly do feel the bond with my children's school. The Dio Duque, Quare Optima, and that green and black school up on Red Hills Road, yes. And I feel a part of those communities. So naturally, I would want to be noted as an alumna of those institutions as well. If you take a look around, you will note that the strongest performing schools usually reflect active and functioning PTAs and alumni associations. That is why too, each association has a representative that sits on the school board in keeping with our Education Act. The recent declaration made by His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Linton Allen, Governor General of Jamaica, proclaiming the second Wednesday of October each year to be recognized and celebrated as National Alumni Day, was indeed well-deserved and truly heartwarming. It speaks volumes about the efforts and contributions made by alumni associations across the length and breadth of Jamaica, who have been serving quietly for so many years, adding so much holistic value to schools and families, not only financial resources and mentorship, but building hope, and to now be officially recognized for that contribution. We look forward to deepening the partnerships that have already been formed between many a PTA and alumni association as we work together to empower our schools to provide the best educational experiences for our children. Today, the NPTAJ celebrates with you, and we wish for you a happy National Alumni Day. And certainly, today will segue into your celebration of JAS 4th anniversary being celebrated tomorrow, October 14. Happy anniversary when it comes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Mitzi Harris Dillon, Interim President of the National Parent Teacher Association of Jamaica, the NPTAJ. Some more messages coming in. Keep those messages coming in. Westwood Old Girls Association sending greetings. And there are other messages coming through. Greetings, Loretta says, greetings from Las Vegas. And Knox College saying happy National Alumni Day. Nadine Moulton, I believe she's with Meadowbrook, I believe it is, saying greetings, alumni. And let's remind you as well that apart from Zoom, this inaugural Alumni Day celebration is being streamed on Facebook Live. And that is the Alumni Jamaica. On Facebook Live, just type in the search box Alumni Jamaica, and that will take you there. that will take you there. Erwin Clare is saying York Castle alum, Holy Childhood High School Alumni Association, Northeast USA, posting messages as well. Colleen Cohen, Jermaine Heslop says Optima, greetings from the Arden Alumni Association. Anchovy High School Past Students Association saying greetings everyone. Tishona, Indomitable Mullings, Colleen Young, Marie Samuel says, hi, Mitzi, former PTA president of my alma mater, Arden High School. Norma Latibedeer Dixon saying, greetings, and I'm happy to be a part of this experience. Norma Dixon, MGHS past student. That looks like Merle Grove High School past student. Hope I got that right. And who is this now? Charlton Chance of the Dint Hill Technical High School Past Students Association, Florida chapter says, Dint Hill in the house. Keep those messages coming. Bishop Gibson, alumni from Mandeville, Manchester in central Jamaica. And Tracy Dean saying, greetings, everyone. Greetings from ICHS. That looks like Immaculate Conception High School alumni, Toronto chapter. Karen Sianbola Ellington, thank you so much for joining us. And keep those messages flowing in. Arlene Saluti, we see you as well. Greetings from Merle Grove High School, Northeast American chapter. We'll do our best to share as many of those messages as possible. But right now, it is time for us to hear from the Public Relations Officer of the National Secondary Schools Council, NSSC, Dejanay Roy.
All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Unfortunately, Ms. Roy met into some difficulties while making her way here. So the president, of course, had to step in. I hope I will do as great as she would have.
Well, welcome to you, Mr. President. It's good to have you with us. And this is President Jamal Hall. Thank you, Jamal. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Malcolm. Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Durvan Malcolm. Guest speaker, the Honorable Douglas Orain, President of the Jamaican Alumni Association of High Schools, Ms. Carla Myrie, and the members of her executive team who are present, the representatives from the Alliance of Jamaican Alumni Associations, the Union of Jamaica Alumni Associations, and the interim president, Ms. Dillon, from the NPTAJ, and of course our students who are present here. Good evening. There's a famous African proverb I'm sure we're all familiar with by now, and it says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And surely this would be a testament as to the types of partnerships and initiatives that aid in the meaningful engagement between the alumni and their alma maters. In most cases, they are the beacons of hope for our future leaders of tomorrow, and that is why the National Secondary Students Council deems it an extreme honor to be here to give greetings at this occasion. 4 years ago, when the Governor General would have made the decision that every second Wednesday in October would be deemed as National Alumni Day, we here at the NSSC knew that we were definitely on the right path. Because if we are to be honest, oftentimes we don't realize and appreciate how much the alumni of our schools are actually contributing to the school's development in real time. If we are to track some of the major developments coming out of our schools, we will realize that the alumni has always played a part or an instrumental role in helping school administrators to realize their vision for their schools. As a matter of fact, based on our calculations leading up to this function, most of our schools were able to say that 60 to 90% of their donations were actually from the alumni of their schools. And I think that deserves a tremendous virtual round of applause. 60 to 90% of donations came from our schools. And with that, I must pause and big up my alma mater, Monroe College, and of course, Hampton School, because under the leadership of Mr. Elias, and I can say that our school definitely benefited, as would many others, from the stewardship of the Older Boys Association. Therefore, it's imperative as an educational sector and as a country, as a society, that we give unto Caesar what is obviously due unto Caesar and commend organizations like JHS and UNH and others for their selflessness. As a student leader at Monroe College, as I hinted at earlier, I got the personal opportunity to work alongside our older boys associations for 5 years. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt, there was never a time we called on our past students association for whatever project we were having, whether it was a cookout, a fish fry, or a student who was actually in need, and they turned us down. Even when they were hesitant, they said, let me call you back. And when they were calling back, they were either calling back with the funds or the support that we requested. Like my story, many other student leaders would have been privy to this exposure to what I can say is the most selflessness I've ever experienced in my life. And it's not just, I want us to understand that it's not just monetary contributions that the alumni gives, from mentorship programs to scholarships to infrastructure development. Every single contribution, be it directly to the school or otherwise, has had an impact. On that note, it would be remiss of us in extending our gratitude as students to not mention those moments when the association itself or other members of the association have gone out of their way to help particular students in circumstances. I'm sure many of the members can attest to when a student called or you were notified of a particular situation that you couldn't necessarily go through the proper channels to assist, and you dipped into your personal pocket or wherever you had funds stored, and you reached out, and you're the unsung heroes of tomorrow. And of course, in many cases, they are the unsung heroes and the real life anti honors in our school system. As we commemorate the inaugural Alumni Day under the theme, Paying It Forward, Partners in Advancing Education in Jamaica, we must recognize that this is a global effort. And the truth of it is that they are not bound by any legal framework to offer any form of assistance. Nowhere in the Old Boys Association or the Old Girls Association did it say that they have to contribute fiscally towards our schools every year, yet still they do. And it is not only millions, but might I say billions, that they are investing in us, our future. And as the National Secondary Students Council, representing all students island-wide, I would just like to give a very huge thank you, extend our deepest, most heartfelt gratitude. And we are always appreciative of any effort that would seek to empower and cultivate our leaders of tomorrow. And we're using this opportunity here now to thank, encourage, and commend you guys for the work that you have been doing. And I'm going to leave you with a quote, another famous quote. John F. Kennedy would have penned his conviction when he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." And obviously, you are living that quote to the fullest, because rather than asking what your school can do for you in being a past student, you are every day contributing to your alma maters, your schools and your high schools and primary schools. And we are just utterly grateful, and we thank you, and we wish you the best on your journey, and we celebrate with you in this inaugural Alumni Day. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President wasn't down to speak. The public relations officer was, and the president delivered. Go, Mr. President, from Monroe College, the city on a hill that cannot be hid. Well done, well done. Some more, let's just check in our time. Yes, we are pretty much on time. Some more messages coming in. Greetings from Alpha Academy Association, Jamaica chapter. Greetings from St. Hugh's Past Students Association. Happy Alumni Day, Fidelitas. Yes, those graceful swans. Yes, indeed. Happy Alumni Day to all. I was wondering when this one would pop up. Happy Alumni Day to all from Kingston College Old Boys Association, KCOBA or KCOBA. in USA Inc. This is a great look. They say, this one, Durban note, we also have tertiary graduates here, UWI, UTech. Well, hello, UWI, UTech alumni. Hello to you, welcome. Greetings from Rossi's Old Students Association Canada. Rosa, Rossi's, ooh, what a rich history there. Established some 257 years ago when don't want to give you the history now, that might take up too much time, but suffice it to say, the Huguenot, that's the French pronunciation, Huguenots, Huguenot, otherwise known as the Huguenots, they were fleeing persecution in France, and some of them ended up in the region, not least of all right here in Jamaica. One of them, a couple of them, Martin Rousset and his brother, and they were nursed back to good health, and they left the money for the founding of a school in the parish of Hanover. And that school is Rossi's. Hello, Rossi's. Greetings and congratulations from Woolmer's Association of South Florida. Yes, indeed, our guest speaker knows a thing or two about that institution. We won't, we'll just not say too much. We'll allow the guest speaker to deal with that. Maximum respect, everyone. Clarendon College, Toronto representing, says Dr. Sylvanus Thompson, who tells us he's retired from Public Health Canada. We don't think so. Public Health Toronto. He still has vim, vigor, and vitality. St. Mary's College is in the house. Welcome, St. Mary's College. Good to have you on board. Greetings from Maryland, Rep Class of 1985, Glen Muir. And that is another piece of history there. Perhaps another time we'll tell you about that. But let's keep the program moving as we invite the one of the vice president of JAS, the Jamaica Alumni Association of High Schools, Pilmar Powell. Now talk about energy. She has a lot of it. She's going to introduce our guest speaker. Pilmar Powell, over to you.
A blessed night indeed to Master of Ceremony, Mr.
Maybe a little too much energy there, Pilmar. Energy, sapping energy. Let's see if we can straighten out that connection. There's a kink in your connection.
Could we take Arden first, Durvan? I believe Arden was ready with some entertainment.
All right, no problem. Let's allow Pilmar some time to take that kink out of the connection. We'll come back to you in a moment, Pilmar. We can check that behind the scenes. In the meantime, we have an item from Arden.
I never see you. Come make me hold you. My name is Georgie, Georgie, pudding and pie. I kiss the girl them and make them cry. When all of the boy them come out to play, I Georgie, Georgie, run away. When me name Georgie, Georgie, pudding and pie. I kiss the girl them and make them cry. And when all of the boy they come out to play, I Georgie, Georgie, run away. You see when I see a pretty girl, a pretty girl. When I see a pretty girl, I take me hand and call her. And that girl go married to me, married to me, married to me. And that girl go married to me, and this is all by favor. I just wheel her around and kiss her up, wheel her around and kiss her up, wheel her around and kiss her up, and this is all by favor. But you have some of them man here, when them see one ugly girl, ugly girl, ugly girl. When them see one ugly girl, Them cut them eye and pass her, but I will still marry to you, marry to you, marry to you. I will still marry to you, even though you're ugly. So come here, make we relax until we tumble down. Make me hold your hand, yeah. Make I relax till we tumble down. Make me hold your hand, yeah. Make we relax tumble down. Make me hold your hand, yeah. Make we relax till we tumble down. Make me hold your hand, yeah. When all of the boy them come out to play, I Georgie Pargy run, them a come.
Hilarious, hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Arden High School has had a rich history in the performing arts. In fact, we had keen competition when I was a student at Calabar, performing in the Festival of the Performing Arts. Well done, Arden. The tradition continues. At 94 years old, the institution, 94 and still going strong with God as guide. Seek the best, that's what they say. And they live it, they mean it. Hilmar Powell is going to now introduce our guest speaker. She is Vice President of JAS. Hilmar Powell, let's see how successful you've been at working out those kinks, extricating those kinks from your connection. Are you there?
Yes, I am. A blessed
All
night,
right.
Durban. You know, we hail from the School of Light, Meadowbrook High.
Oh, yes, yes, indeed. Let your light so shine.
Exactly, exactly. Our guest speaker tonight, we could stay here for hours talking about him without being bored. It is indeed a honorable pleasure, given this task, to introduce our guest speaker for this grand event. There is so much can be said about him, but I will relegate briefly in three areas: his education, his alumnus work and achievements, his bestowed honor of appreciation and gratitude. He is a graduate of the Harvard Business School and who was appointed Baker Scholar for placing within the top 5% of his class whilst reading for his degree in business administration. He's also alumnus of Glasgow University in the United Kingdom, where he earned his bachelor's in mechanical engineering. Notably, he is a past student of Wolmer's High School for Boys, to which he is a member of the Wolmer's Trust and chairs the Infrastructure Committee. He remains passionately involved in fundraising and infrastructural improvement for the Trust. As a Wolmerian, he was actively involved in a schools association mentorship program. He spearheaded the Old Boys Welcome on the first day of school. He led fundraising campaigns for Alma Mater, Champs, and Maninco programs. His infrastructure extended as he led initiatives to build. You're hearing me?
Hearing you again. You were out for a few seconds. Go ahead now, please.
All right. His infrastructural engineering mind extended as he led initiatives to build auditoriums for other schools, which quite fittingly, they were named after him in his honor. Our guest speaker, philanthropic zeal extended far beyond the walls of Wolmer's. He led and served series of workshops for other schools and alumni associations. He demonstrated approach to mobilize resources for school improvement with the slogan, "Friends raise first, funds raised after. In 2002, he was titled Commander of the Order of Distinction, was bestowed upon him. This was in recognition of his contribution to commerce and the private sector. In 2009, he was appointed to the Jamaica Privy Council by Sir Patrick Allen, Governor General of Jamaica. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jamaica Alumni Association of High School Jazz, all alumni associations and past students of educational institutions across Jamaica, and the diaspora welcomes the Honorable Douglas Orain, CD, JP, Honors LLD, as guest presenter on this our launch of the National Alumni Day 2021.
Good evening, friends. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Durban, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Loud and clear, sir.
Calling you a professional sound check. If I was a DJ, I would say, mic, 1, 2, check. I am so thrilled to be here. And I know I'm surrounded by like-minded people. When I saw the photographs of the alumni in their groups all over the world, everyone in those photographs looked so happy and contented. Did you notice that? And when I look at the people who are on this call, people look so happy and so satisfied in what we are all doing together. So I know I'm in the right place. Carla Mary, I want to thank you for inviting me to be here. It's an honor and a privilege for me to do so. Carla and I met when she attended one of the workshops that I did on fundraising. So I know she has been there for raising a lot of money for Hampton. Am I right, Carla? The thing about having meetings like this, you really don't know whether people have heard you, but I'm sure she has. So in my retirement, people often comment to me, and I retired 10 years ago, Doug, how come you're so busy? I thought, you're retired. My reply is a simple one. I've dedicated my life to helping the younger generation. Why? Because so many did the same for me decades ago when I was a youngster. And now it's my turn to give forward. We Jamaicans have developed a culture of support for our schools, which in many ways is unique. In my travels around the world, I haven't come across another country which has such a vibrant, energetic network of school alumni associations giving wholehearted support to the country's schools at every level. And I was so thrilled to see the numbers that are participating outside of Jamaica from schools I didn't even know are in Jamaica, which just goes to show that that culture is expanding wider and wider. In particular, it's amazing the level of emotional commitment of our country or to our country by our diaspora. And I want to thank the diaspora in particular for everything that you're all doing to support our young people here at home. So the time is now right to formalize the vibrancy of this network that we have created through the proclamation of National Alumni Day and its associated activities. In doing my research for this speech, I was struck by the motto for the Union of Jamaica Alumni Associations, USA, UJAM, in the tri-state area. Education is empowerment. Only the educated are free. I add a quote from Marcus Garvey: liberate the minds of men and women, and ultimately you will liberate the bodies of men and women. I can assure you that there's hardly anything more satisfying in my life today than the joy and pleasure I have in helping and guiding young people to become productive adult citizens. In my interactions with my fellow Jamaicans, as I encourage them to become involved, I ask them this question: what percentage of your net worth, which means all the things that you own, is because of your school and the Jamaican education that you received. Today, is it 5%, 10%, 20%, 50%? Surely it's not 0%. So let me do the maths for you. Whether your net worth is $1 million Jamaican or $1 million US, and you say, you know what? I think my school contributed 25% of my success today. Then guess what? Your school has made an investment that's worth $250,000. So it's time to give forward. That's the time now for us to pay dividends with gratitude on that investment to the institutions that made us what we are. Now, there's a special urgency for us to act now in a much more concerted way. There are two major factors at play. Firstly, the digitalization of our society and our way of life is increasing exponentially. We can feel it. Secondly, the COVID-19 pandemic is dramatically accelerating the rate of change. We need to help our young people to prepare for a world where it is predicted that in 10 years' time, many, if not most of the jobs in different industries will not exist in their present form because newly developed fields of endeavor are being created as we speak. Data analytics, coding, genome sequencing, artificial intelligence, green energy, robotics, the ability to immerse oneself in lifelong learning. All of these are trends that are right here now. The risk that we face is that we act too slowly. Then our next generation of Jamaicans will be left behind, ill-equipped to fit in a world that is being created with new skill sets for which they have not been prepared. Now, how will we do this together? The answer is simple. Through effective organization, building our emotional ties with each other as alumni, bonding more closely to the educational institutions which we support, and most importantly, committing ourselves to the well-being of the children and educators in those institutions. Going forward, the task of our adult generation is effective fundraising, mentoring, counseling, career guidance, social support, and all that is needed to make our educational institutions truly successful in a 21st century environment. I'm inspired by the words of my friend and Jamaican Canadian, the late G. Raymond Chang, one of the most generous entrepreneurs and philanthropists I have ever met. Ray said, at the end of the day, a good life is not measured by the amount of wealth you have accumulated. It is evaluated according to the contributions you have made to society, of yourself first and of your resources next. I am inspired by Ray's example as I travel through this stage of my life. In this context, let me share with you 7 of my learnings over the years in finding ways for successful fundraising for our Jamaican schools. And if you want, you can make notes or you can watch it afterwards on YouTube and Facebook. So here goes. 1, fundraising first, fundraising after. This is the most important rule in fundraising. Build the emotional commitment between your alumni and your schools first, and the money will flow after. 2, be self-confident. Many people are secretly paranoid about asking others for money. The way to overcome this is by practice, repeatedly, and it becomes enjoyable. I am shy by nature, and I just taught myself, you know what, I'm going to go out there and say, whoever it is, give now, because it is a way of opening ourselves to the future of our country and our youngsters. 3, do not treat rejection as failure. Raising donations for school is very similar to, for example, selling life insurance. The individuals who pay out the money do not see an immediate benefit to their own personal lives, but others will in due time. Do not get despondent when people say no. They're just not ready yet to give. 4, always ask for more than you think the individual can give and make it a specific amount. You may be surprised on occasions that they will actually give the amount you ask for. And ponder this, if you ask for too little, you will never know whether you could have received a larger donation. 5, never beg. You are opening a wonderful door for donors to connect with the institutions that we all love and treasure. Remove that word beg from your vocabulary in this context. Say instead, it's an honor and privilege for us to be able to give forward to the younger generation. So please do so now. 6, say, I have already given, but it has to be true. It's an incredibly powerful opening statement to say, I have given. We do indeed have to demonstrate our faith in what we're doing by leading from in front. And 7, say thank you. You cannot say thank you enough. Do so verbally, in writing, through social media, and always promptly. Remember that this is an essential part of the reward that donors receive after their participation. Let's now reflect for a moment on which institutions we will focus our attention. We are fortunate to have dozens of excellent schools in Jamaica at different levels. However, we need to recognize that if we have 1,000 schools in Jamaica, which we do, we need to make them 1,000 great schools. The most important advantage for our society and our children is to lift the performance of those schools which have the greatest potential for improvement up to the level of the best performing schools. This is what equality of opportunity is all about. As an example, our recent Woolmer's Telethon raised funds not only for Woolmer's, but also for neighboring schools, Almontown Primary and Central Branch All Age. I'm married to an early childhood teacher, and so I've seen firsthand the power of early childhood education in creating productive, well-rounded individuals. I'm happy to see that organizations within your fold are not only assisting high schools, but also basic schools and primary schools. A decade ago, I came across the seminal work of a Nobel Prize winner named James Heckman, who demonstrated that a $1 investment in early childhood education results in a return to society of $17 in later years. When I heard this statement, I said to myself, wow, I need to find more investments like this. What Professor Heckman demonstrated is that investment in early childhood education not only creates a better educated young person, but has spin-off effects for the people who then enter society in terms of better coping skills, mastery of language, better family dynamics, reducing antisocial behavior among young people and reaching adulthood, and a host of other benefits from the society or for the society, including a more productive workforce, greater economic growth, lower crime rates, smaller prison populations, and consequently, substantial savings for taxpayers. Professor Heckman, ironically, is not an educator. He's an economist. What he has demonstrated is that the capital value of learning is incredibly high and produces returns far greater than any of us could get in any stock market or real estate or any other investment. And here is our role now, those of you that I'm speaking with this evening, to convince the rest of our society that this is actually true. One final suggestion for your consideration. At the other end of the spectrum from early childhood education is tertiary education. Our aging generation generously devotes a lot of our time and treasure to assisting our young people to graduate with college degrees and afterwards to become significant income earners. The question, though, some of us are asking recently is this new generation similarly imbued with a sense of philanthropy to help others less fortunate once they are more financially settled. Some may, others may not. Perhaps some of them have not grown up like us in a family environment which has taught the link between productive social values and philanthropy. This is a crucial factor for ensuring that our work that we do now and our organizations continues long into the future. Let us therefore explicitly encourage these young graduates soon after leaving college to continue the relay of life that we have initiated, by them in turn contributing to an even younger person in need to complete their tertiary education. I have a friend who has taken this another step, which you may wish to consider. She is incredibly generous in helping individuals at the tertiary level. She has these beneficiaries that she has helped over and over again. And what has she done now? She has these beneficiaries sign a written document, a promissory note, committing them to give back a contribution equal to the one that they received from her when they were undergraduates. The promissory note states that they will help another young person within 3 years of their having entered the world of work. Very innovative, but the times are changing in the way values are formed and embedded in our modern culture. And so every creative idea to shape these values is worthy of exploration. The African saying is, it takes a village to raise a child. We need to find every possible way to instill in the younger generation that they are not only beneficiaries, but also sustainers of that village. We are on a great adventure to change our country for the better. I close with the words of anthropologist Margaret Mead, who said, "Never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Douglas Orain, for your usual thought-provoking, insightful delivery. We we have a sense of your style, and so we're going to give you an opportunity and give those online to perhaps interact if you want to kick it off, Douglas Orain, or yeah, I'll leave that to you. So those who are on Zoom who would like to maybe ask a question, put forward a thought or two based on what you've heard from the Honorable Douglas Orain, please, now would be a good time.
If we are in a big auditorium, I'd say, put up your hand. But you can do it now from anywhere.
Virtually, yes.
If there anything you want to ask me, I will be happy to answer at this point in time.
Come on now, don't be shy.
Well, I could start by asking Carla if she has a question. Carla, how is the fundraising going at Hampton? Need any help?
We always need help, and we thank you for your insight. That was what, a couple of years ago.
Yes.
We had our 160th anniversary celebrations, and thankfully we were able to make a sizable donation to the school towards the construction of an auditorium.
Good.
Very good. You remember in that session, one of the things we did role playing. One of the things we broke up into groups of 2 or 3, and each person practiced asking for donations from another person, just in order to break the ice and learn how to do it more effectively. And also, amazingly, to find out that it's easier than many thought. So anyone out there, you can try that as well if you are feeling shy.
Nobody else would like to make a comment or ask a question in terms of the business of raising funds, doing so consistently, maybe approaching certain individuals, institutions, organizations, those who might be a little shy, and you need some advice in that regard? Or shall we take your silence to mean that you're all doing so well and there's so much money in the kitty, it's overflowing?
Mr. MC, can I ask you a question?
Thank you, Anton Tomlinson. Please do.
Coming from that New York after 45 years.
Yes.
And I'm now in Jamaica, right?
Welcome home.
And I know the gentleman very well from Wolmer's.
Yes.
Barbara says hello, Douglas.
Hi. Greetings.
Oh, you know Barbara?
Yes.
All right. We were there in the start of the UJA project back in 31 years ago. But I would like to know, as an elder statesman, you and myself, I guess, and Barbara, and some of the other folks that are currently involved with the Alumni Association, where is the next bridge generation coming behind us? It seems like it's all the old folks or adult folks or senior citizens involved. What is it?
Well, you're absolutely right. And that's why I made the suggestion that one of our objectives now is to encourage people we help in order to help others. Let me tell you, I've heard some anecdotes. I've experienced it myself. Where people have got a lot of help and they're now graduated and making good money. You turn to them and say, can I ask you for a donation to help a 17-year-old who needs help as walk his toe and needs to get over the next hurdle? And he says, no, I can't help. But so many of us help that person. That's a psychological shift that we need to do, and we need to consciously address it. Let me give you one example that comes to mind. Somebody said to me, you know why Princeton University has such a big endowment fund? When do you think they start asking individuals to make donations? And people say, oh, when they graduate or 5 years old. You know when? When they get the acceptance letter.
That's right.
In high school. So in other words, we need to start with our youngsters early and build the sense of community. That's why I mentioned about it takes a village to raise a child, because remember, our society has changed dramatically, Anton, in the last 40 years.
Yes.
A society that was primarily rural. Now, 70% of the people in Jamaica and even more abroad live in cities. So you don't get that camaraderie of support for others. And what we're going to need to do is to actually teach it.
But are they being individualistic though? Just thinking about themselves and their success.
You mean the young people?
Yeah.
Well, perhaps I don't realize that, because in the family I was brought up in, my mother and father, from as a little youngster, I saw them helping others who were less fortunate. So it became second nature to me. Does that happen to youngsters growing up in an urban environment where they may not have one or more of their parents around? Maybe not. So we need to focus on that. So it requires a specific initiative, a set of initiatives to bring young people into our organizations.
I thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So here's the suggestion. Let's find one youngster to that you can mentor to bring them into the fold.
Yes. Well said.
Douglas, Mr. Ray, this is Cleo. Should we start? Okay. Shouldn't we start this in the schools, sort of give them this sense of giving back, starting with the school? When we start, even at the college age, they have already formulate certain things and it's hard to get through to them. Shouldn't we sort of mentor them with this starting from the schools?
Oh, you're so right.
From the high school.
And we need to start from first form. That's why one of the things we started at Wolmer's several years ago is a bunch of us, Wolmer's old boys, will line up on the first day of school and shake hands with every single student who comes in that day, just to say, welcome. We are here as alumni welcoming you to this institution. You know, some of them have said they remember it. They'll remember it forever because nobody has ever done that with them before. And so I encourage others to do that. You can find other ways to do it, but you're right. Start early. Start in first form. Teach a history of our schools as a formal part of the curriculum, so that youngsters will understand where we're coming from.
Yeah. Well, yes, well put. In fact, there is hope. There is hope. Hope springs eternal in the human breast, Douglas Orain, because here's a message from Akeelia Lawrence Maitland, I believe it is, saying, my nine-year-old heard your speech, Mr. Orain, and says, giving is caring. There is tremendous hope in the younger generation.
Yeah.
And that's
I would say,
yes.
just in closing, I am very optimistic about the future. Why? You know, the biggest changes between when I was a youngster and today, the world is so accommodating of entrepreneurship and creativity and experimenting and exploring to do things with one's life and failure. In other words, you can do something, it doesn't work, you fail, you just pick up yourself again, brush off your knees, and you're gone again. When I was a youngster, if you fail once, people said, sure, I'll write him off forever. Unfortunately, that attitude has gone. So
Yeah.
that's why I think we're seeing this flowering of entrepreneurship and creativity with our young people all around us, and we need to encourage them.
Long may that continue. Thank you so much, Douglas Orain. It's been a pleasure and a privilege to have you as part of this inaugural, delivering the keynote address at this inaugural Alumni Day, National Alumni Day here in Jamaica. Thank you so much.
Two sentences. I
Yes.
could visit with this audience. To my colleagues here in Jamaica, whenever we get any help from overseas, say thank you immediately. One of the issues I find people in the diaspora says, I give, I help, I do everything I can, but nobody thanks me, or they don't tell me what happened to whatever funds I've sent. And so, as I said, as one of my 7 guides, we need to thank people and let them know that we are truly grateful. Thank you.
All right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, the Honorable Douglas Orain. Well, here's the thing now. When we wanted feedback, it wasn't coming. Now we're looking to wrap so that we can continue the program, and the feedback is coming in. Diana McIntyre Pike has a raised hand. Good evening, Mrs. McIntyre Pike.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I am here to celebrate because I'm a person who believes in education and entrepreneurship. And why I just came on so late is because the entrepreneurship is close to my heart. From the children are 5, 4, those ages, they can be entrepreneurs. And it's what Douglas was saying is so important that they need to be encouraged to understand that entrepreneurship is a risk-taking venture, but it doesn't mean you give up. If you have a mission and you have a vision, you go forward. And that is my mission for the young people, that they must not give up and they can do more than one thing. And the COVID has provided opportunities now where they can reach out worldwide. I mean, I have never seen such a wonderful experience of being able to share what we do in Jamaica and what training we can offer from Jamaica for people who are dying for some culture and heritage and so on. So let us be happy and be thankful. I like the word thankful. Praise the Lord for having the honor of living in this country and to not be negative about what is happening, but help people and encourage them. Thank you. And thank you, Douglas.
See you there, Diana.
Yeah.
Yeah, she shared a bit of secret earlier on, you know, Douglas Orain. I don't know. She says Douglas Orain was my late husband's best friend, and they were both Queen Scouts together, which he featured in his book. So the connections go all the way back. Thank you so much. As we get ready to have the official launch of this inaugural Alumni Day, we're going to get some assistance in that regard from Dr. Peter Ruddock, JAS founding president.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is particularly pleasing to me to be part of this special occasion, the official launch of the Jamaica Alumni Association of High School, JAS. It was back in 2016, catalyzed by an idea from Keith White, past president of Calabar Old Boys Association, that a group of alumni presidents, another executive from various high schools around Jamaica, started dialogue about forming an association that would tackle our common challenges as past student bodies. After months of vigorous meeting, and with a name and a constitution, the first elections of the Jamaica Alumni Association of High School were held in October 2017 on the grounds of the St. Andrew High School for Girls. The founding executive was truly cosmopolitan, represented a cross-section of high school from across the country. Consisted of myself as president, representing Camperdown High School, Tanisha Watkins, first vice president from the Wilmers Trust High School for Girls, Kay Brown, second vice president from Westwood High School, Anique Brown, who's secretary from the Queens High School, Beverly Malcolm, assistant secretary from Jose Marti Technical High School, Clive Grayson served as treasurer. He was from Clarendon College. Wendy Salmon was our assistant treasurer from Pembroke Hall High School. Marjorie Brown Shaw was an elected floor member from Alpha Academy. Carla Myrie, elected member at a particular point in time from Hampton, as we know. And then there was Sally Carter, communication and PR officer, who was from the St. Andrew High School for Girls. So the team quickly set about establishing an active agenda to position JAS as an important and relevant association in the Jamaican landscape. It was decided that an education fair aimed at providing next steps, guidance, and information to 3rd to 6th formers in our high schools would be the most appropriate vehicle to coalesce the main objectives outlined in the JAS Constitution. These include advocating for the development of education in Jamaica, improving the academic development of students within secondary school, and advancing the welfare of alumni associations. And so our first project, our first major project, was executed a year later in October 2018. We have grown since. This year, we undertake our 4th such fair with significant local and international partnerships. Formally constituted in 2017, the association has waited for the appropriate moment to have its official launch. That moment, that hour, that time has come. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to be given the honor to officially launch the Jamaica Alumni Association of High Schools. So please direct your attention to the screen and view our newly constructed homepage of the JAS website. Thank you very much.
Over to you, Dervin.
Thank you. I just wanted to ensure that Dr. Ruddock had finished his presentation. So now it is time for us to have roll call. There's a song for that as well. I don't know if it will be played, but my longtime friend, Jennifer Jenny Small, is going to be doing the roll call. Are you ready? Jenny,
all the
Jenny.
time, ever ready. And I certainly want to say hi to my Bruno Nunos Durban Malcolm. It's so good to see you. And what an auspicious, what a wonderful day it is today. Declaration of duty and giving back and doing all the great and wonderful stuff that we've been doing under now a big name National Alumni Day. And there's just so many things wrong with the event though so far. One is that we've seen Dr. Ruddock. Good thing you showed yourself, First President. We need to see Dr. Carla Mary. No, we're not seeing the president. Every time you see her, you see the logo. And we asked Carla Mary to please make sure she puts on our camera. I'm sure she looks pretty like she did on Smile Jamaica this morning so that we can see the president right now. So we commend her, Evan Thompson, the whole team. Madam President, where are you? That's the first thing on my agenda.
Right here. I am obedient. I'm obedient.
Very good. And now we can catch that if we're recording this, because this is a moment in time. And right about now, round of applause, and we keep it going. So that's first on the roll. And of course, we're on a roll. I want to say big up and welcome Bethany Primary Infant School. We're not done. Jackson Primary School, Jeffrey Town School, Lime Hall Primary School. What school name? Lottery? What?
Yes.
Lottery Primary, Durban. That sounds like a good draw. Lottery Primary School, Mason Hall All-Age School, Mount Peter Primary. We got Mount Ward Primary. There is Mount Ward Primary twice. When I see a Mount Ward. New Day Primary, High Primary, Port Maria Primary, Prospect Primary, Rosemont Primary, Shorted Primary and Junior High, and York Street Primary School. Come on, round of applause for the primaries. So yeah, man, round of applause. And those in here can put up the emojis and fire blazers. Watch the problem part now. Because when you hear, I think I'm going to leave the high school part for last. Because that part is too hot. No. When it's on my shirt, I represent no high schools can't come yet. So let's just skip it. Let's just hop over to tertiary. Bethlehem Teachers College, welcome. College of Agriculture, Science, and Education, of course, you know that's case. The Michael, and I can't just say Michael, the Michael University College, University of Technology, University of the West Indies. Come, round of applause. Speaking in happy birthday, whose birthday? Durban Malcolm, it's your birthday?
I thought we were friends. You forgot me?
I love you that on my roll call. Durban Malcolm having a birthday. No, that is big. So you know, no COVID can't stop the hug. Articles right here. Big up Durban, we love you so very much. Still friends of the alumni. Jamaica Civic and Cultural Association of Rockland. Jamaican Canadian Association of Nurses. Louida's Vale Rehabilitation and Development Foundation. We say welcome. Come, a round of applause. Round of applause in the house. Now look at them texting. No more texting of your school. We have no interest in it. You're going to now make sure you just scream. I want fire emojis. I want all sorts of things. I don't know what you have on your system. So what I want, I see Rona telling happy birthday again.
Hi, Jenny.
Happy birthday.
Hi, Jenny.
No, wait, you can't come in yet, Anton. Shoo. Your school not called yet. When we call your school, I want you to turn on your camera, and I want you to give a little jig, and I want you to make noise. Wait, Lord, the new wig on my face. Are we ready now? Anybody from Anchovy High School? Turn on the camera. Make sure we spotlight you. What about the Arden High School? Anybody from Arden? Woo! Yeah. Turn on Anton Tablet's microphone. What about Gibson High School? What about Calabar High School, Rabalaka? What about Canada? All right, you have on your tie.
Red and blue is here.
Who is there? Who else is there? Big up, you're supposed to turn on your camera. I don't want nobody that don't have on the proper clothes and cannot turn on
the Queen School is here. The Queen School alumni is here.
No, I don't say that yet. Hello, turn off them camera and detention. We're going to start run beer detention in this place. I am still at Calabar, and then I'm moving down Camperdown. It's Camperdown High School here.
Definitely. Camper down, red and blue, every time.
Big up yourself. We're not done. What about the great Charlemont High School? Somebody from Charlemont? That is all right. What about, we said Campion College? The Campion College. Is Campion College here? Campion College once, twice. What about the school that started, want to say on the start again? Rose Corner, something corner. The college, we're talking about Clarendon College. Clarendon College CC. What about Convent? Yes, and no Convent of Mercy is here because some people were doing their speech and they made sure they slip it in. Convent of Mercy Alpha Academy. That's right, Donna. Big up yourself and all the Alpha ladies. What about Cornwall College? CC, another one. Cornwall? No. What about Denham Town High School? Big dancers. What about Dintil Technical High School? Serious footballers.
Dintil in the house.
Properly represented. What about Dunoon Park Technical High School? Big school that again, all great, some great dancers. What about Edith Dalton James High School? In the place? What about the Edwin Allen High School? Here is a school that did not start where it is at. It started in Almond Town. Excelsior High School. In the place? Evan, let me tell you, and I'm proud of you, Evan, with this wonderful initiative that has blossomed into a global day. Big up yourself. That's what good ideas do, my dearest, and we commend you. Or we're not done. We're moving from your little school now. Hi. Glenmore High School. Anybody from Glenmore? Make some noise. No?
Hello. We're here.
We're not done. Roll call gets hotter, and I reach my school yet, Trouble dead. We're looking for the Godfrey Stewart High School. Godfrey in the place. What about Grantham College? Watch Madam President know.
Godfrey Stewart and Westmoreland, Savlamar.
Reach there so yet.
Godfrey Stewart.
What about Hampton School? Is Hampton in the place?
Yay!
We're looking for
Viva Floria Tantonia.
What about Herbert Marson Technical? Herbert Marson is here. Going once. What about Holy Childhood? I see them all have a big picture. Lord of His mercy. Holy Childhood, where are you? There you are. I love it. I love your backdrop. And look here, next time I'm going to put mine in the clouds. Look about what about Immaculate Conception High?
Phenomenal women are here. Phenomenal women are here. Phenomenal women are here. Phenomenal women are here. Phenomenal women.
They're here.
Watch it, they still have all them uniform. I love it. And we're not done. What about Jamaica College in the place? Jose Martin Technical, Kingston College, Kingston Technical High, Knockcalva High. Oh, we can't find Anton School. Knox College, big school that near my community.
We're here.
You know, I asked to be transferred to Knox and they didn't have any space. I'm glad. Little London. Where is Little London?
Yay!
We're getting, all right, I hear you. We're getting close to Big Mount Anton School.
Knox College.
Big up Knox College. We're not done because guess who we have in the place? We move to Manchester.
Manchester.
Big runners. And of course, oral safety. We're not done.
Big mouth.
Look here. Oh, what's all about? We all have, I like it. Here it comes. Anton. Manning's High School. Anton, oh, you're so quiet.
Could I bring a wig for you? One good wig for you from Brooklyn. We just come. Could I bring a wig for you? You're just wicked and bad.
Tell Evelyn I said thanks. Big up Manning's. Big up Monies. And you buy a tie since you land. You just get a tie here.
Yeah,
We're
White
gonna
House.
from Monies, Meadowbrook High School. Where is Meadowbrook?
There we are here. Ambassadors of light. Ambassadors of light.
I see you. Turn on your camera. Okay, there you are. Looking beautiful.
Ambassadors of light.
Sunshine. And then we're not done. From Meadowbrook, we go to Merle Grove High, the school that got its name from the 4 children. Anybody from Merle Grove? Montego Bay High, where are those ladies? Morant Bay High, where is Morant Bay?
Of Here course, we are, Montego Bay High.
So proud of you, so proud of Bay High and Morant Bay High, so proud as well. Hanson Parchment School. What about the Monroe College? Anybody from the Monroe College, a city on the hill that cannot be hid? Or Rockabessa High School, Pembroke High School. I used to teach at Pembroke as well. Rossies High School. Oh, sorry, this is one you have to say and I join up. St. Andrew. St. Andrew High School. Hello. Durban, I gotta say it like you, St. Andrew. You gotta put that on to
St. Andrew High. I did 2 years there.
What about St. Catherine High School?
Catherine.
St. Catherine, we're here, we're here, we're here.
I love it, and I love the backdrop. Was so dramatic, big stuff.
Yes, St. Catherine, we're here.
Properly represented. What about the grade school? Nobody can bad like them in a football, let's face it, because Issa said it so. Don't tell my friend, I said so. Big up to St. Elizabeth Technical High School. Anybody from States? Where are we? The St. George's College. St. Hughes High. St. Big up yourself. And of course, we say welcome from St. Hughes High. We go to St. Jago High. Anybody from St. Jago? Where is St. Jago? We're looking for St. Jago.
We're in the house, St. Jago.
In I do some big, marvelous things. I'm proud of you and all your runners. And of course, the academia. You're doing well. The Queen School, Lord, finally reached you. Jesus, make nice now. Where the Queen School?
Queen's in the building.
Well represented. We're not done with going to the school that claims it's the only school in Portland. Where's Titchfield High School? We're looking for Titchfield. That the school I bossy, Team Calabar can't bossy yet. What about Tivoli Gardens High School? Nobody can do culture like Tivoli Gardens High School. What about the school? The only school that by the time them done, them have a hot factory. Where's Westwood High School?
In the house.
In the house, in the house, in the house.
Nice. Looking good in your hand. What about William Nib Memorial High School? William Nib, where are you? We're not done. Wolmer's Boys, where are you?
Seat there. Jenny.
It's not our fault that the name starts with W. They're quite done so. But wait, it could be worse. Because now, like you saved the best, oh, there is my darling Milton. I love you, Samuda. You know this. We're not done. But enough of you now, Samuda. Enough of you. All your kiss in the place. Come on, President of New York. Come on, Erwin the Great Clear. You just make sure you turn on your camera. Make some noise for one of the greatest school on the platform right now.
Country school.
Castle High School.
We're Erwin. Erwin, don't you? Erwin is on you.
Yeah, what? We are Yorkies forever. Neil Cena.
Magno Labore.
Let them know nothing achieved with hard work. I would glad the Honorable Douglas Orange said that we must, when we say we're begging, we're going to say we're partnering. We've been doing that a long time, Dwight. I will continue to make sure. Today, we also, as York Castle, we launched our mentorship program officially. And look here, we're talking about mentors like Milton Brady, the great Shaq. We're talking about Young Paul, who used to play with the Marlies and he's pushing his label. We're talking about Karen Richards. We're talking about your case, such as, of course, the very own Scotia Bank. And you know who that is, right, Dwight? We're talking about Morris Nelson from Bush, that is now gone to serious levels as vice president. And we could keep going with Althea Scott in Canada. And we're saying to you, just like your castle, do something big every second Wednesday in October. This moment, this day, we want Woolmers to do more than scream. We want to make sure that all the things that we heard today from the Honorable Douglas Orain, that we make sure, and I was very affronted that we have Anton again talking about his old people helping schools. We say knock down that lie. I'm as young as they come, sweet 16 in the place, and so and we say young people like my dearest Durban, who is pushing. So we're going to continue to keep the mantle, we're going to keep the baton going, we're going to pass it on, and we're going to say, come
49,
on.
you over the hill, 49.
Bad man. So we're saying the spirit lives on, and we're saying it's not just the older ones. You know why the older ones are so loud? Because they have more money. They need more money, but we're getting there. I was glad that
I'm jealous, you're jealous.
No, man, we're going to get some of it. Douglas says, I'm to ask. I'm going to ask you nicely. And we say to you, everybody here, keep your passion. And as Oral Tracy says, we need to match the school's passion with the passion for our country. And how wonderful if that passion creates a great and a bigger nation, which is what we are doing. Have a good evening. It was great being here and wonderful launch.
Jenny, with all respect, Jenny. No, Tracy made a good statement today. At the end of the show, when Tracy say, if we had the passion for the alumni that we have for the country, we would have better Jamaica. Yes. I listen to you.
That's true. Yes, that's true. I love you, Angela. I know you always do. I don't. And I say to Durban, who is on the other station, right in front of me, that we wish for him a wonderful birthday. We say you've done a great job, as always, my dearest colleague, and you enjoy your evening, as I say, over to you.
Thank you very much. The vivacious, energetic, supercalifragilistic, espialidocious Jenny. Thank you very much. Thank you. Some other messages coming in. Jenny, you missed Petersfield High School, says this message. St. Catherine, a big school. Queens in the house. Nib here. YC. And the messages still coming in. Wow, that was quite exhilarating. And I'm sure you enjoyed that. Roll call, indeed. Thank you so much. And now it is time for us to, look at the time. It's time to bring this program to a close. And what an evening it has been, one to remember. And we just hope that we will continue to get all the support that we need to play our part, as I like to say, in advancing the welfare of the whole human race, paraphrasing our national pledge. And it's a good time for us to say a big thank you to all those involved in this inaugural Alumni Day, National Alumni Day celebration here in Jamaica, and naturally radiating right across the diaspora. The Public Relations Officer of the Jamaica Alumni Association of High Schools is coming forward now to move the vote of thanks. He is meteorologist Evan Thompson. Welcome.
Thank you, Durban. Ladies and gentlemen, alumni all, what a fabulous forum we have had to signal the start of a new era in the journeys of our educational institutions and our alumni associations. It is a new day, and we are grateful to all of you for making this inaugural celebration worthwhile. Our Heavenly Father, first of all, created the means for us to come together, so we thank him as the enabler of all things. Thank you, Dr. Rod of the Coalition of Jamaican Alumni Associations of Florida, for welcoming God's presence at the start of the event. Our Umbrella Association President, Professor Leslie Ann Samuel of the Union of Jamaican Alumni Associations, USA, Ms. Rona Dunwell of the Alliance of Jamaican Alumni Associations in Canada, and Mrs. Carla Myrie of the Jamaica Alumni Association of High Schools. We are extremely grateful to you, ladies, for not only bringing your very interesting video-centric greetings to the forum, but also for doing the work behind the scenes to make this function a reality in the first place. If we were meeting together face to face, I would personally give each of you a big hug this evening. Our partners from the National Parent Teachers Association of Jamaica and the National Secondary Students Council, we are also very pleased that you each have our backs and work along with the various alumni to facilitate the development of our students. Thanks for holding our hands and, of course, for bringing your greetings. Our young entertainers were stunning. First, Chelsea Robinson from the Hampton School, and then Ricardo Anderson of Arden High. You gave us reason to want to continue pouring into our youth. You're such fine examples of hope. We want to thank you so much for being here this evening. JAS is now officially launched. Can you believe it? After 4 years. Thanks to Peter Ruddock, our past president, for helping to put us on the solid foundation for growth. And Jenny, nobody does it like Jenny. You always bring your inimitable style to creating the vibes and recharging our batteries. Thank you so much for all that you did this evening. Our Vice President of JAS, Pilmar Powell, you had the huge task of introducing our illustrious guest speaker this evening, and you certainly rose to the occasion. Thanks for making yourself available as our personal John the Baptist in our session this evening. And what a guest speaker he was. The Honorable Douglas Orain, Commander of the Order of Distinction, Justice of the Peace, Honorary Doctor of Laws. We lift our graduation caps to you this evening for your insightful presentation. As usual, you have provided us with our day's dose of inspiration, but you have also provided all of us with valuable advice and some useful tips for growing our associations and being effective in reaping the benefits on behalf of our individual and even our collective institutions. In your easy style, you have made our efforts seem a lot more achievable. The examples were vivid, the passion was obvious, and you have our word that we will put those words into practice and really change the world, as you put it in your last statement. Not often do we get the chance to interact with our keynote speaker, but this is Douglas Orain. Thank you, sir. Mr. Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Dervin Malcolm, move to the head of the class. Yes, your skillful guidance of this forum has been noted, and I'm making a recommendation to our president to book you for the second forum on October 12, 2022. So put it in your diary. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your overwhelming support of your excellent participation in making this a memorable National Alumni Day. This function and the continuing work of our alumni associations is only possible because of your contributions. We cannot thank you enough. All of you have a great National Alumni Night. Thank you.
And all that's left for us to do, is to thank Evan Thompson for thanking everyone. Thank you all so much. We take note of the flyer on screen right now. The Jamaica Alumni Association of High Schools in collaboration with JMed and looks like UJA and the Alliance of Jamaican Alumni Associations, a virtual education fair, global opportunities in a changing world, October 15 and 16. And that's in a couple of days' time, going into the weekend. And it's from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Make a note, please share, like, tweet it, send it all over the place and cause it to go viral. It has been indeed a pleasure to share in this experience, the inaugural National Alumni Day. Thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure. and we want to hope and continue to work towards making the lives of our children much better, and indeed enhancing the effectiveness through different programs in our educational institutions. But hey, we have wrapped. Why am I still talking? Thank you very much, everybody. Feel free to exit right now by clicking the leave button. But as we're leaving, so many messages coming in. Thank you all so much. Messages. Thank you for the birthday greetings as well. I did my best to keep that quiet up to a point. And congratulations.
Happy you decided to spend it with us.
Yeah, it's been quite special. It's been quite special. It does make a difference that I'm operating from home as well. So
right.
Yes, from one celebration to another.
Great.
Thank you all so much, and I'll take my leave now. Blessings upon everyone. Take care.
Thank you.
Night. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.
Night, everyone.
Good night. Bye.
Everyone.
Hi, everyone. Bye.